153. I mean, that is stepping up.
Full second quicker from last weekend to this weekend.
Yeah, amazing. Absolutely brilliant run.
They'll be pleased. Yeah, there's a 7 in that card all day long.
Well, as we say, don't be surprised to see an 8. Now I'm going to change that. Don't be surprised you see a 7 by the end of the weekend. That was a real spectacular run. All right, this is where Callum or somebody will text me with an image of Jim's wheelie. But exactly the right thing is happening up there. They're just checking Jim out before he actually climbs out of the car. But to say he did get himself out of the roll cage, A-OK. But yeah, just let the medical teams take care of Jim. And obviously we still need to move the car off the track at the top end. So that does give us a moment just to hand over to Nitro FM 96.2. We will rest the vocal cords here just for a moment, and we'll be back with you with a continuation of the Supercharged Outlaws.
Okay, so we moved up into the pits and we're now in the Nostalgia Superstock area. Harrison, welcome to Dragstalgia. First of all, can you just give our guys the explanation on the class?
Well, Nostalgia Superstock, what I run in, is all about, stock cars. Okay. So, like, they've got to resemble as much of a stock car as they can. We're only allowed to run a 10.5-inch slick, so we're not allowed to modify anything to do with the rear end or anything. The motors there's you can stretch the rules on the motors a little bit. You can put no power adders or aiders or anything like that. No nitrous, no turbos. It's got naturally aspirated carburetors, but you can go big. You can put a big motor in them.
So essentially a nostalgic pro stock class.
Yeah, basically, yeah. So,
brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, and I'll see your car. What you run so far?
I haven't actually been out just yet. We're just going to go out and qualify when that I do. My mum's driving her 69, like I say, pretty much street trim. I think she's been running 14 flat all day, quite consistent.
Nice.
We're happy with it.
Okay, and the 3 questions we've been asking all of our racers. When did you first come to Standard Raceway?
It would probably be about late 80s.
Okay.
So I was literally, I would have only been a babby. The first memory I can remember, it's a long time ago.
The first memory I can remember, I can't remember.
This here was all gravel.
Yeah.
So this was proper early 90, 91, 92. So I would say probably early 90s, and I was only about 4 or 5.
Okay.
And Dad was racing this one.
And it's still here. And
it's still going now.
It is a piece of nostalgia. Though.
Yeah, pretty much.
Especially to the family.
Yeah.
Question number 2 is, what is your favourite thing about Dragstalgia?
I like it's a bit more relaxed, really, compared to all the rest of the year. We're always stressing about championship points. Yeah. And it's just nice to come to a meeting where we haven't got to worry about stuff.
The vibe. Yeah. The vibe of the weekend.
And relax.
And then obviously, because this is going out to our great people on Facebook, can you tell them exactly why they should be here this weekend?
Well, everything about it, really. It's a great atmosphere. The weather's obviously in our favour at the moment. The cars are fantastic, you can see. And it's just, the people, the punters that come around and chat to you and ask you questions, it's just really good vibe and everyone about it. It's just a nice place to be, really.
Perfect.
And obviously you can have a drink.
After race.
Yeah.
Perfect response. Well, brilliant. Thank you very much, Harrison. Enjoy Dragstalgia.
Thank you very much.
And hopefully you guys will come and join it with us as well. Okay, so Dragstalgia, we're celebrating everything nostalgic. So we've done the cars, we've done the bikes. Now we're popping over to the jets. I'm joined with Martin Hill. This weekend, obviously, you've got Fire Force 2 out, which is part of the collection. You've been racing for over 30 years, but you've been racing continuously with the jets for over 30 years this year, isn't it?
It is. We've been campaigning the Fire Force cars now for 30 years. We started at Sandpod in '76 with the motorcycles and a bit with jets, but we've been run continuously with the Fire Force since '89.
Brilliant. And obviously you've got, you had one, which unfortunately is now gone. Number two, where did you have this hiding? Just in the barns? Because there used to be part of the bodywork in the CAF, wasn't there?
Yeah, we brought number 2 out, early 2000s like that. We wanted to start running quick. Number 1 wasn't, going to run any quicker than what we'd achieved. We had a few incidents along the way, a steep learning curve with it. Lost a couple of bodies in the early days. But yeah, it's just been in storage ever since. It's been hiding away in the back of the workshop, just waiting for the right time to bring it back out again.
Brilliant. Okay. Well, obviously, the main difference of your car and the rest of the cars that are racing is yours is jets. You don't need to do a burnout because you don't need traction. Is there any gears or anything on this?
There's no gears on it, and we do need traction, unfortunately. It's a misconception. We need to keep the car planted on the ground. But unfortunately, people ask us, how many gears has it got? Why don't you burn outs, like you said? The best thing we can explain it to, it's like an hairdryer and a roller skate. What it does, it's hot air, and it just pushes the car along the velocity of the air.
That's a perfect analogy. You've given that over the years, and it is true. You just literally strap it in, push it down the track, and put out the numbers, let's be honest. This weekend, what would you be looking for with the cars?
We're not trying to do anything fantastic. We'll leave that to number 3. That's the prime one in the stable. But if we can run mid-sixes, we'll be quite happy with it.
Very nice.
We're here to entertain the people. We're just exhibition vehicles. We're just part of the whole show.
Brilliant. Okay, well...
So at the moment then, it is number one man on the ETs. It is Joel Kerr, 7:45. Tony, 8:61. Getting quicker and quicker as each run progresses, as he gets more and more comfortable with the car. Joel's car looking absolutely fantastic. It's a fantastic paint job on there.
Yeah, I reckon potentially second in that car. It's been on Kenny Coleman's dyno at EDA development, like. Find out Kenny, there's a 6 in there at the end of the day.
Unbelievably, Joel ran this in the big bracket at the Door Slammers last year, and you don't normally bracket a 7-seat car like this. But he did a good job of it. Good looking runs a pair. Wow. 7:45, 8:01, another PB for Tony Underhill. 8:01, 161, but Joel 7:45, 185, equaling his ET from earlier. See, that's why you can bracket race the car, isn't it? Keith Freeman, and nice attempt at the backup duties. Some of them look good, some of them are scary. I'll let you decide what this one is.
Scary.
And of course, Billy the Kid, it's, Billy McDermott with the 69 Camaro Procharged. Billy absolutely flying, went 886 earlier on, and don't forget, he doesn't run that car that often at all. But the lure to get him back out was Dragstalgia.
Bit of a wolf, a bit of a sheep in wolf's clothing, isn't it, that one?
Yeah. So let's see what Billy's got for us. Keith, 1050s. at the moment. Oh, lovely little wheel stand there for Billy. He's bouncing around his lane. Got the taps wide open now. Be an 8 of some flavour. 883, 160. Oh, 1046. That's from both of them improve. 1046 and 883. So the Grim Reaper, he's in the house and proper burnout there for Phil Toppin. Georgina chasing after Phil. But this will be Chris's first, well, hopefully his first time on the board this weekend. Loving that hat. That is a proper sombrero. Big enough to put a toolkit in the back underneath that one, isn't it? Phil, fair to say, hasn't uncorked the potential of the Corvette yet, but a stronger burnout like that, it looks like the engine was quite happy after that. Let's see if it can parlay into a pretty decent run up the quarter mile. Went 12:32. We know the car's got more than that in it. Chris just rolled the beams a little bit, went a bit too far, so keep coming back. No, he's still in the wrong place. Now come forward, that's it. There we go, this is first run. Oh, that's a set of wheelie bars there for Phil Toppin. Oh, and a wobble for Chris. That run had everything. 9.78 at last. Phil Toppin gets some sort of run on the board. 11.48 for Chris. That wasn't totally painless there for Phil, but he gets it A to B at last. Got something to work with. Like the engine's happy now. We just got to sort the chassis out.
Yeah, chassis and suspension on that.
Yeah. Right. I think we're in the Invitational now. We are indeed. Thanks, mate.
I've got nothing on those last two cars.
Yeah.
Don't scrub like
No, all good, mate. All good.
I'll scout around the Outlaw pits now and I'll come back on
yeah.
the heavy on.
Good stuff. Well, we'll see you a bit later on and say hi to Jim for us after that wheel stand, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, mate. Thanks so much to Roy Wilding.
I was impressed with the Haggis on early on. Some of my old new parts in there, they're working now. Anyway, I'll catch up with you later.
Thanks, mate. Right, 8.13, 166 from the Vauxhall. That is absolutely flying. He went 8.08 earlier on, but super consistent, low 8-second car. Talking of low in the numbers, running in the low 10s. The heavy Chevy. Going alongside the Smog 105E. So, custom car Invitational. After this, it will be Gas the Circus. How are we doing, buddy?
Sorry about that. Yeah, it's a bit of a longer break than I imagined because I couldn't get back in, but whatever.
No worries, mate. No worries.
9.83 for the heavy Chevy. The Smoggers go 14.11 at 81. I'm not sure which family members actually in the Comet, because Ethan's out front.
That's Paul.
Ah, that'll be why. It's Paul. Sorry, beg your pardon. With his lad Ethan backing him up. Be quite an even race as well, going up against Brian Savage with the immaculately turned out 32 Roadster. Red light for Paul. Not that it really matters. 10.05, 135, 11.01 for Brian Savage. That's actually, believe it or not, his slowest run of the weekend. Andy Park with the Model Y in the Auto Glim Lane. Indecently quick and down into the 9s. So this is the Custom Car Invitational. $10.05, 133 for Andy Park. Not quite back in the 9s just yet. And 14.86 in the other lane. So one of the Outlaw Street guys with the 440 muscle car. Taking on Al Golding. Used to be grounds for divorce, now decree absolute. I think he's been as quick as a 9-1 this weekend. Previously down into the 8s. All over the place for Al Golding, as usual, I hate to say. Well, no, we like saying it, to be honest with you. It's a good thing. Oh, an 880, 156, his quickest run of the weekend. Well, doing a quick track check out there in the energy check lane, or an energy check in the track check lane, one of the two. Depends how tongue-tied you are at this point of the evening. We do hope you've had a fun day at Dragstalgia. We've still got lots more to go. Obviously, in the evening, we've got the Crackle Fest coming up around about 7:30. We've also got, all being well, fire burnouts. We've got a little bit of clean-up out there to do. We've got a couple more of our invitational cars to run. It was due to be peak range with the Cougar down there. I think that might be a little bit of a clean-up. Ladies and gentlemen, while he's out there on the shoe, give Davina a cheer, if you wouldn't mind. Come on, keep your spirits up, keep his spirits up. Give him a round of applause. I mean, it takes a little bit of, what's the word I'm looking for? Foolishness to turn up for work dressed like that. Yeah, something like that, anyway. Give him a wave or something. Come on, keep yourselves warm. There you go. Yeah, that is actually a clean-up quite a long way down. Looks like from when, from going into stage all the way through, by the look of it. Hopefully it won't be too long anyway. We've still got a few more of them to go. We've got the Gasser Circus coming round next. I've managed to lose my list. Just give me 2 seconds of what's coming up. Where are we? There we go. We've had Supercharged Outlaws, Invitational, Gasser Circus up next. We've still got Nostalgia Superstock, all being well to go. Slingshot Showdown, qualifying session number 3. Maybe the Wild Bunch, and all being well, Outlaw Anglia, elimination number 1 as well. So, well, actually, hopefully that might only be it for the shoe. That might just be A very, very quick clean-up. Just in the meantime, we've still got a lot to go this evening, so don't go anywhere at all. Everyone's still strapped in the race cars. Just for a couple of moments, Nitro FM, if you could take it away, and as soon as we hear engines, we'll be back with you. But by the looks of it, it won't actually be that long. That is only a clean-up on the start line.
So we're wandering around the pits. I'm in the Wild Bunch area now, and I'm joined with Brian Watson and his son as well. What's going on here?
We just get a bit of a noise that we're not sure what it is. We don't think it's anything to worry about, but we seem to have time now, so we're going to have a quick look, see if we can see anything.
Why not? Could you tell us a little bit about the configuration on the car?
Yeah, it's a 5-litre TVR. It's been rebuilt, dynoed, flywheel about 320 brake horse.
Aye.
Got 4 Dorado 48s, 2-speed power glide, trans brake. It's got Sherpa back axle, and the front end's custom.
Very nice.
With Anglia spindles.
Okay. Well, 3 questions we've been asking all the racers. When was your first visit to Sandapod?
Good. Yeah, it's a long, long time ago. Probably.
Give us a decade.
35 years ago.
35 years ago. Okay, very nice. Number 2 is, I'm always forgetting them. What was number 2, Barney? Oh, we've forgotten them again. All right, we'll skip to number 3. Can you tell all of our viewers, because this is going live on the Facebook as well, why they should be coming to Dragstalgia?
If you're a petrol head at all, if you're into cars, if you like speed, if you like noise, it's the place to come. Dragstalgia, one of the best events of the year if you're into the old school stuff like me.
That's it.
Ticks all my boxes. I do 3 events every year, all the nostalgia stuff, and can't beat it. Great weekend again with great people.
And rolling into that, you just reminded me of question 2, which is, what is your favourite part of Dragstalgia?
I've done everything from run hot rods to obviously race cars. Personally, I think the race car thing, running the race cars is the best. It's a real buzz.
No, that's brilliant. Well, thank you very much, Brian.
Yeah, no
Have a
problem.
good weekend.
Yeah.
Make sure you're tuning in. Obviously, this is the Wild Bunch.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
never know, Dave and Ian might wear those outfits for the rest of the year. They probably enjoyed being cool for once and not, you know, having their legs out and a bit of air up their skirt, so to speak. Things I never thought I'd say, but there we go. Although I must admit, if that is a wig on Dave's head, it must itch like mad by now. The Dame Edna glasses, I'm sure, will stay. So Peak Range taking on that very, very mean-looking Ford in the Auto Glim lane. Let's see if Pete can nudge back in the 8s again. Nice wheels up, straight launch. Good 60 foot as well for the Cougar. He's off and running. 9089, pick your number. 898, 149, back in the 8s. And 1158, 111 miles an hour in the Auto Glim lane. So the little 100E. Very, very sorry, we don't know the names of everybody running in this because it is an invitational. We don't get a list. We just have to kind of make a best guess, or if we do know anybody, then that's why we mention them. But there's still a bunch of cool cars. 100E, I think that 100E would fit in the boot of the big Chevy pickup in the energy check lane, which nearly rolls through stage. That is a proper sleeper, that truck. Well, until he puts his foot down, then you realise what it does like. Got a Whipple on it. 1007, 134. It does look nice and understated, doesn't it? 1225 for the 100E. Andy Bond with the ugly but quick sister in the energy check lane. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't seen this car before, this is a 6-second street car. Did you ever think you'd see the day we said that? As in, fully street legal, turn off the end of the track, out on the road. 6. You know, there's been lots of stuff going on with changing over to slicks and all that sort of thing, but that's just outstanding stuff, that is. So even though it looks like a big old Chevy, it's pure race car underneath, taking on the Malibu. Andy Bond with a one, woo, and a big wiggle out there, a couple of 100 foot, just brake traction. And backing off the throttle, he's still in front. I think he's still going to take the stripe. He does. 10.01 at 140. Right, Kirsty, no shutting Tom off this time. No telling him off. No, we want to see what he's going to run. I know you're jealous. Tom Atkinson in the family wagon. Well, the 2 family wagon anyway. In the energy check lane, taking on that really cool looking Vauxhall. It should have been a match up earlier, but unfortunately, Tom had an issue. And this is also his daily driver. Dave's backing him out. I think it may be for a slight, minuscule sprinkle. Hopefully not too much anyway, because no one's running away. But as we said before, we can't run with any kind of moisture on the racetrack. It is only a spit and a spot. Yeah, they're just going out there to check to see if it's slick or not, as the case may be. Even though these are like 10, 11 second street legal cars, they still are very, very quick indeed. And that surface you see out there is nice and sticky, and it's covered in rubber. But as soon as it gets any kind of moisture on it whatsoever, if you think about what water is like on top of glass, i.e. unbelievably slippery, that is exactly what happens to the drag strip. Okay, well, it was only, fortunately for us, a couple of spots. We lost Cole. Oh, sorry, mate. So have I, because I think I left it up there like an idiot. Give me a second. That's all right. Simon's hidden it under his stuff. There we go. Tom with a good hole shot and a good 60 foot as well. That thing does run really, really quickly. 11:33, 119. Kirsty has a big smile, even though it wasn't her driving. 12:31 for the Vauxhall. Okay, Adrian Sidwell, the Opus, in the energy check lane. Taking on the Sprite Fright, or the Fright Sprite. I'm not quite sure which way around to say that, but there we go. You're working out pairings, aren't you? I knew you were. I knew that's what you wanted it for. You may be better off, actually, with that. Yeah, because I think that's more comprehensive than that. There we go. Nice wheel stand from the Sprite. That does run really well, that thing. 1082, 113. And Opus goes 15.40, 83. Ron Bartlett with Harry Potter's real car in the energy check lane. Such a cool way to go racing. That is one of those, well, it's a big engine with a small car attached to it as opposed to a car with an engine in it. Let's just say it's overpowered compared to how it came out of the factory. Ron does a real good job of driving. He got to the final, I think it was at the Spring Spring Nationals back here in May. In Super Pro, he runs against 6-second dragsters and stuff like that. It is a bracket class, so it's all based on dialing, but Ron still beats him on a regular basis. Blast through with an 844 at 161. Okay, I think we're about to get set for the last qualifying session of. Yeah, that's all right. Helps if I do that.
So, yeah, sounded a bit flat.
Oh, it's not that. It's not just that. Is that in real life, wouldn't it be cool just to do that to some people? Probably like me, I know. But yeah, anyway, it would be quite a handy thing to do. Anyway, Simon, welcome back up here anyway. You've got lots of notes. Let's hope you get to see talk about some of them. This is qualifying session number 4 this time for the gassers.
Yep.
Just want to say hi to all our friends out there in Scandinavia who are watching, sadly not competing this time, because one of the real highlights a few years back now was the Saturday night shootout, wasn't it, between
Fantastic.
UK and Sweden?
UK beat Sweden.
And it mainly turned into a blinking great burnout contest, but it was so cool, wasn't it? It was really, really good.
They just put on a show, didn't they?
Just fabulous, yeah. It
and
is
then
really good.
A couple of them came the following year, but this year, unfortunately.
Well, I'm sure they're home looking in at some point as well. Also, all of our Swedish racers that have been here before, thank you very much for coming. We understand why you don't. It's a hell of a long way. It takes a lot of saving up to do, and it's a lot of travelling. However, we do miss you, and we do wish you were here. However...
Oh, well, also, can I give a shout-out to Dale Snoke,
okay.
who should be listening from California, apparently at the Moon Eyes party.
Oh, shut up.
I know, he's just name-dropping, isn't he?
Yeah, something like that, or you are. However... would you be able to be at a Moon Eyes party or at Dragstalgia? What do you reckon?
Moon Eyes party? No.
Well, I'll tell you what, how about have the Moon Eyes party at Dragstalgia next time? That'd be better.
That'd be good.
Anyway, awesome. Well, actually, I beg your pardon, before we get to Gasser Circus...
Oh, we got this. This is an amazing thing.
Yeah,
nobody's seen this before.
If your funny card doesn't work, guess what? This is a Turbine. Matt Wright. I was reading up on this, doing a bit of reading up on it as much as you can. It produces a phenomenal amount of horsepower. And bizarrely, the way it makes power is it makes the most amount of horsepower just before gear change. So it hikes the front wheels just before it changes gear. Yeah, it's just a mental thing. It really is. Wouldn't fancy having a turbine in my face, but there we are. That's a good point, yeah. Pull the pin on the parachute just in case. Don't worry, it shouldn't fly, but that's how he gets stopped up the top end, yeah. One of these turbine-powered dragsters has just, interestingly, arrived in France. So you never know, we could be match racing these things this time next year. Good if we could. So, Matt Wright. Woo! I think he's clicked it off. He has indeed. 982 at only 128 miles an hour. Right, when you get a chance, Google. I think it's the Green Monster turbine.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen it?
No, but I know of it.
The thing is that the turbine's in his face, and it stages like a turbo car, popping and banging and the turbine's about that big, like 2 foot wide, right in his face. Jesus. Anyway, Matt, congratulations. I think that's his quickest ever run with that car as well. He hasn't been in the 8s before. Nicely done. Okay, gas the circus.
You know, we were talking about how many Polaras there might be in the country. Done my homework. So, I'm guessing this wasn't. This wasn't a Google search. Holmes, this was not. Tim Hank Holmes here, 64 Dodge Polara, believes there will be between 10 to 15 in the country. He owns 3 of them.
10 to 15 of, obviously not in this shape.
No,
I guess, no. But my goodness. Well, that's quite staggering. I thought that there'd be. Well, I thought it was. Well, it is still unique, but yeah. Don't want to break it to him. It's not my favourite
Against
car
Tony,
anymore.
of course, who's dropped his dial into 1092. First time is in the 10s.
So Tim Holmes. Look at the 1060. 1064 for Tim. Up to number 6. Breakout again for Tony.
Also, great story about Merv's car. I don't know whether you know or not, but for the last 4 or 5 years, 6 guys own that car, and they've been putting a £5 a week away each to make up the money to build it.
Wow.
That's why it's called 640. 6 owners, A40.
Not that they're all over 40.
No.
I said that, not Simon, just in case anyone's listening. Ray Irish. 10:03 is the dial-in for Ray. Oh, when he runs 10:03 with a 2, number 1 qualifier for Ray Irish. Merv Bennett goes 11:57 on the 37.
Okay. Graham in high anxiety. Apparently this ran the fastest in America at 11:39. His son Matt drives the car as well, and is 11:12 is its best in the UK.
So it runs quicker here than in America?
Yeah.
Excellent.
That's good news.
That is good news, yeah. Up against Sean. Finally, he dials at 10:07, which is what I think he's run a couple of times in a row, or very close to anyway. Sean Milsom with a misbehaving. Let's see what Shawnee can do this time. 10:09 with a 0. That'll get him up to number 3. He's improved. He has improved with every run. He's slowly. He's also deadly on the tree as well, that lad, isn't he?
Yeah. He's good.
I'm going to try.
First season.
I'm being as polite as I can about him. Is all I'll say.
Nick's number 1 qualifier in the Falcon.
That's Nick Barnett.
Against Mick Allen. Mick 10 mil Allen, apparently.
Because?
Not going into that.
It's just a unit of measurement is all we'll say. Yes.
But he is close to the bump spot at the moment.
Well, the thing is, though, he's dialed 11 flat. He's knocking on the door of the 10s, isn't he?
Yep. Of course, with 18 cars here, there are 2 going to be knocked out of this session.
Well, he is number 18 at the moment. So he's either got to run on the number.
Oh,
and he runs at 10.
He'll be a happy man.
I was just going to say the potentially smart thing to do is back off at the top end just to make sure he's the right side of the number. But anyway, it's his first ever 10-second pass.
Happy breakout.
And it wasn't even a little 10, it was a big 10.
He's well
down
in
into
there.
the 10-8, yeah, absolutely. Ray Turner and Mitchell Looker as well with a high roller, also not qualified if you're running a 16-car field. Looking for 11:55 with high roller in the Auto Glim lane. Saying that though, there might be a bit of a quirk because one car hasn't run the minimum number as well.
Yes, Julian.
We'll have to wait and see. 11:39 for Ray Turner, bang on Mitchell Looker from the outhouse 2.
Has that got him in?
Number 8.
Fantastic. So that now puts That puts John Gibson at risk now.
So, not bad, the bad. Nervous Nick, 11.52 with the Devon down there in the Autoglim lane against Martin Hallam.
And talking of Dale, of course, this has got the Comet engine in it. The rocket engine, sorry. The rocket engine is in Nick's car. Dale was disappointed that Nick had got the rev limiter set at 7.
Okay.
He told him that it should be at 8 for a small block Ford.
However,
but guess what Nick's got it at? 7.
Is that why he's called Nervous Nick?
Maybe, yeah.
Nervous of breaking it. So these two are 9 and 10 at the moment.
Oh,
10.64.
Nice.
Martin moves up to number 6. Nick with 11.72 on a 52, 2/10 of a second off.
So the question is, will Julian run below that dial-in? Sorry, that index time.
Well, because if not, he's currently on the qualified order.
Right.
But if he doesn't run quick enough, that spot will then be taken by somebody else, yeah? Looks like it's going to be, it will be a buy run for Katie. Yeah, Katie Booth being told to go into stage. 10.67, we were just waiting on the wagon to come forward. It'll be the next pair.
Soft launch.
Oh, the body panel's not attached either. It looks like, well, Katie's still going because you can't see it. I hope it's still attached at the finish line.
Good run.
Well, it probably slowed her down to the right number.
Yeah.
She's number 2 qualifier with that one. 11.68 on a 67 for Katie Booth. They might have to have a bit of a tape and a, well, cable tie on that. So, Julian Baum is in, actually no, he's number 17, beg your pardon. So, he needs to run 13.50.
He could knock somebody out with this run if. And he's come off the better line.
The thing is though, he's dialed 13.5. He has to run.
He puts 13.4. What's he done that for?
If he runs 13.49, which he doesn't, 14.24. But yeah.
He could have.
If he'd have gone quick enough, it wouldn't have qualified.
Yeah. So that now, does that make John safe?
Yeah, no. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
He was 17 anyway, so it's all good.
So, in order to control it a little bit, John's just put a bit more pressure in his tyres.
Could have been one of the greatest own goals in bracket racing ever, that, couldn't it? Quick enough to get in the class, but you broke out. Oh, never mind. So, Brian Gibson, number 14. John is 16.
Yeah.
The Gibson's languishing at the bottom for once.
That's more like it. Amazing what a bit of tyre pressure does. Well, but he backed off.
Brian moves up to 11. John stays on the bump, though, for the 16-car ladder with the crowd pleaser.
Just to let you know that Steve, on the last run,
with Honky Tonkin
lost oil pressure as he went through the line.
That's not nice.
Not nice. Panic. But he can't find what it is. He's tried it. He's run it around the pits. So he said, if anything happens after the burnout, then obviously it wouldn't run. But he's looking safe.
Up against Ken Brooks with the Roaring Rat, 257 Chevys side by side. Known in drag racing circles as shoeboxes.
Not sure where he's going with this backup.
All the way back, I think, by the looks of it. Maybe not, no.
Ian's guiding him right, isn't it?
Yeah. I.e. onto the racetrack as opposed to on the shoulder. The funny thing is, though, is that, I mean, well, you and me, Colin, we've sat in cars. Without being rude, you know when you're in the middle. Kind of, anyway.
It's still not straight, but
wow.
I don't think Ken will mind.
A little bit of right hand down will solve that, I should think. So Steve Matthews keeping an eager eye. That's not a nice way to stage up though, that is to be pulling into stage looking at the oil pressure gauge. And having wheel wobble.
Big wheel wobble for
and
Steve.
It's still going. Well, either he's running slowly or Ken Brooks is running quickly. Yeah, Steve drops off a bit. Ken Brooks 200th of a second too quick.
All good.
Right. Switch of class. Cool.
We were just talking about that. You never get so hot, don't they?
Right, Don Scott joins us for UK Nostalgia Superstock. How are you doing, Donny?
Yeah, well done, Colin. Yeah, thank you very much, mate. All good.
Good stuff.
Same pairing again, if I remember rightly.
Yeah.
Pete Christmas and Vic. Pete Christmas and Vic Parsons in the Autoglim lane.
So let's just have a quick look as I go to Dave Billadou, number one, and pretty much guaranteed to stay there. Then it's Amy, Rob, Guy, Neil and Claire. Right, no help for either of those two. Breakout actually for Pete Christmas goes 77 on an 88, and Vic Parsons goes 1035 on an 18.
Very quick announcement, sorry Cole. Mr. Lee Crumpton, pin back your ears, Lee Crumpton. If you're missing your lad, he's over behind Bankside VIP in the catering area. Mr. Lee Crumpton, if you're missing your lad, he's over with security behind Bankside VIP in the catering area. So if you'd like to be reunited, he's over there. Colin.
Right, this is a crunch one actually, because neither of these two qualified at the moment. Oh, Jim goes 69 on a 70. John Davison gets back into the show, runs a 66 on a 54, but Jim Smith breaks out by less than 100th, and he ain't going to improve on 35th.
No, indeed. John will be pleased because he said he's been trimming 2/10 off because the car keeps going a bit quicker, so yeah, he'll be happy with being back in the show.
Right, well, Mojo could bump him not quite back out, but he can make a mess of things. He's on the number 34 spot at the moment, looking for an 11.02. Adrian Portelli, 11.01. He's fairly safe, I think. Nothing between them on the dialings, really. Nothing between them off the line. And 11.16, 11.04. Adrian moves up to number 15. Mojo stays outside. He moves up one spot to 33. That doesn't really help him.
But still out of the show. Dan Williams in the right lane. And that beautiful Impala that we love. It's a 62, isn't it? I think.
Yeah, 62 Impala.
Yeah, beautiful.
327, standard block.
Stop as you like.
Just changed the tyres, took the exhaust off and sorted the exhaust converter out.
Yep, absolutely.
Chris Laram, he's at number 14. Dan, number 9. And nice to see a lane down there as well.
Yes. Nice reaction from Chris Laram there. Is that 06 I see?
13.03, Dan goes through with a 14.45.
Oh, he's coming
wow.
down. Yeah.
Moving on.
Billy Mills in the right lane. That's a small block, 340. That car goes so well for that size of engine.
It does.
Yeah, beautiful little car. And Boz in the left lane.
One of the best looking cars in the class.
Yeah.
Just so right. Andrew gets into the show very nicely. Moves up from 37 to 23.
Oh, we would be pleased with that.
Does that put John Davison out? No, he stays in, but Jerry Raymond just been bumped out.
Oh, yeah, he was worried about that.
It's all happening down the
It's
bottom.
all happening, yeah. So Nick Williams in the left lane in that. Is he in a Darling a 978? 76.
Yeah.
He's trimmed a couple of hundred.
75 for Jack. Should be a good match up between the pair of these two.
Yeah.
Wheelie bar exercising coming up.
Yeah.
Nick breaks. Look at that 006 light. And a 78 and 81. Well, Nick moves up 24 to 11. He should.
Where did I say it should be?
78.
78 seems to be his number.
Yeah.
There. Oh, Lola, let's see if she can make a better job of the 60 foot. She didn't get it quite right last time. She told me she was beating herself up in the pits, but
She's still learning.
she's still learning.
You're not
but
going
she's
to master
doing
it
well.
at the first event.
Nick's trying to relax her, and he's there giving her some support. So yeah, good luck to her. Simon Ripwood in the right lane.
I'm not surprised at the dial-in adjustment. 970. Car's flying.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Proper wheelie. Cow track's working nicely.
Yeah.
Wheelie bar working nicely.
Yeah. Beautiful launch.
Oh, a little pedal.
Yeah.
As he ran out of gears. 996, 122. A little bit down on terminal speed there. And a 1295. Lola moves up one spot.
Still going to not be in the show, I guess. At the moment, anyway. Richard Granger.
So, of course, this is the final qualifying session. Don't you dare start your barbecue without me tonight.
You've got to be quick.
we don't finish play.
I'm hungry. I'm hungry. No, we'll save you some, Colin.
Thank
Don't
you.
worry about
Thanks,
that.
mate.
There will be food for Colin.
You saved me lots.
Yeah, we will.
There, Richard Granger and Ty Strevitt.
Ty Strevitt, yeah.
Well, I think everybody else is running, so he should be in. Looking for a 12.4.
Nice light from Ty there,
0.1 off the line.
Yeah, 0.1 for Richard. 49,
Yeah. Ty moves up, he's safe now.
Yeah.
29.
Yeah, Ty's in. Was he out the field before?
No, he was on the bubble.
Oh, yeah.
He's safe now.
Yeah. Chris in the right lane, Chris Goodall. The 69 Camaro. Tom Watkins with the Dodge in the left lane.
Tom currently Q18 at 9.49.
Yeah.
I would expect him to go fairly close this time round. He's had enough goes at practicing. Now's the time to sort one out.
Yep. Very shallow stage for Tom by the look of it. Just trying to flicker that light
Hasn't
on.
even gone in yet.
Oh, hang on, what's the problem? What's the problem?
Oh, the window net has come down.
Oh.
Sammy trying the best to get it hooked up.
Yeah.
That's it, well done.
All right, well.
No, if that was an MSA event, that would have been a blue line violation.
Yes,
but,
I think it may have been, but
this
we
is a
won't worry
little bit
about it.
different. Got 44, well, he breaks out anyway, so...
no, nothing better for him. So would he stay where he is, or...?
Yeah, stays put.
Lee Charles been a bit worried about his temperature gauge this weekend, but he's okay now, as he forgot to put the water pump on last night. Ran through the traps at 250 degrees.
Yeah. I'm amazed he has a chance to look down when I'm driving. I'm just tunnel vision, mate.
I'm not sure if what he noticed first was a switch or the gauge, but yeah, anyway, the car lives again. He's been a very happy boy today. Kiwi in the right lane.
Kiwi looking for 988, Lee looking for 1108, but Kiwi not in the show at the moment. Needs to get a good number here. A 9 of some description will do. 997. Oh, he squeezes in.
Oh, he squeezed in my hair.
Yeah, he's in at 29, so who's he bumped out? Let's have a look.
It's going to be John.
Yeah, John Davidson is out now.
Oh, John won't be very
Ash
happy.
Rawson is on the bubble. Christmas now. So look, Tig hasn't run yet, so he can still bump in.
Yeah.
And Jim has, Lola has, Mojo has,
Jerry hasn't.
And John has. So,
John has, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, exciting stuff.
Jake dialing in 12.10 with the flag jumper. And Ozzy Brown with a Camaro, 1390.
I think they're both safe though, aren't they? Reasonably safe, yeah.
And 12.27 no help for either. They stay put. Aussie 27, Jake 19. Right, the King.
Guy King.
10.20 darling.
Who is donating the food for the barbecue tonight? The meat, yeah. So
Top
just remember, your burgers and sausages will be coming from Guy.
Yeah.
Dave Simcock in the right lane. In the Watts colour scheme. Lovely new colour scheme on that car, don't you think?
It's proper.
It was pale blue just plain blue last year. It looks much better.
Right, 10.30 plays at 10.20. Guy King currently on number 4 spot. Dave number 12. $10.36.
So,
Ace late put.
Right.
Well, Guy's got a car he can work with, which is excellent. It's,
absolutely.
Okay, it's a 10th here and there, but we can work with that.
Now, Jerry in the right lane is fed up with me calling his car too big, shall we say. So it's not big, it's just a Plymouth Fury. It's not an aircraft carrier.
Plymouth Fury. Keep going with it. I'm still calling it the Nimitz.
Okay, Nimitz it is then. You said it. And that's right.
Right, well, Jerry needs to get qualified, and if he does, he'll bump Ashley out, unless Ashley has a good run. Ash goes 40, Jerry goes, oh, he breaks out, Jerry aiming a little bit too quick. That's a shame, actually.
So he's out?
So, yeah. It's,
oh, it's a shame. I don't want to see anybody out in the morning, Colin.
The Nimitz will be staying out to sea, unfortunately.
You've got to see this, Colin. We've just been handed this by Tog. There is an HMS Fury. Thank you very much for that, sir. Bless you. So Amy Watkins in the right lane.
Yeah, number 1 and number 2 qualifiers, don't forget.
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Dave Billadou, no surprise, sticking with that 10.75. He so perfectly hit earlier on. Amy just a little bit sharp off the line.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about numbers at the top end. That's what counts. 963 target. 71. Oh, 10.74 with a 7. Almost did it twice. But just a little bit too quick on the second one.
So both players they are, I guess. Both players they are.
Oh, get a bit aggressive there, Mr. Watts.
Yeah, Duncan disorderly. Bless him.
All right, Neil Watkins, the Purple Express. Well, I said he's one to watch. He qualified number 5. Could still improve. Duncan Watts, he's number 8.
He's doing well this weekend, consistently good. When you think he's new to bracket racing, reasonably new to bracket racing, not new to drag racing by any means.
Well, Duncan 0.6 light, proving his point there. One spot there for Duncan, goes 46 on a 45. Neil not far off actually, 37 on a 34. He stays at number 5.
And Duncan stays 8?
No, he moved up to 7.
Oh, he moved up to 7. Oh, lovely. He'll be pleased with that.
As will Jim Chandler. Got a 9 earlier on today, winds it back to 993.
Yeah.
And Rob Tyrrell just to 10 or 44. He's in the number 3 spot at the moment. Off the line like a scalding cat that time. Lovely little wheels.
0.03.
Rob Till breaks out 10.38, but a 9.95 for Jim Chandler.
Yeah, he'll be pleased with that.
Is that PB territory for him? I don't know if he's Benny in
I
the
think
nines.
he's run a 9.90.
Right.
I think, yeah. But he's not far off.
Nevertheless, cracking run.
Yeah, he's happy to be in the 9s.
All right, Harrison Brown with Valadu Camaro, 1072 is the target, and Claire Johnson, 999. Harrison always cuts a good line, but it's going to be Claire to the stripe first.
Yep.
10.06, 10.76. Harrison moves up to 18 from 21. Claire stays put at 6. Right, this is an important one for Tig. He's on the outside looking in. He's in the number 38 spot.
Yeah, not where Tig wants to be, really.
No, he wants to be... He
well,
wants
32 and up.
What's he got to get in? He needs to get, well, basically a 10th. If he can run a 62 or better and not break out, he'll be in.
Okay.
Nicely controlled wheelie, didn't lift off the gas this time.
That's right, he stayed in it, the 0-1 line.
And he's in. He's in at 27.
Oh, we'll be pleased with that. So who else has been bumped out then?
That's put Ashley Rawson on the trailer, unfortunately.
Oh,
don't forget, these guys could come in as alternates if there's any breakages.
Yeah.
So they will. Yeah. It's not game over completely.
Completely. So yeah.
Mike Lacey, number 29, against Shelby Watts, number 22.
Mike's actually going to try and keep it within the 9 seconds this time.
He did last time. So.
Did he? Oh right. Okay.
I think he had a tiny bit of wheel slippage off the line there, so I think he'd run it out the back door this time.
Right.
Oh no, he's on the brakes. 9.03.
Yeah,
nicely judged, Mike.
Yeah.
Down to 17 now.
Right.
He scrubbed off a fair bit of speed there. 136 at the stripe.
Yeah. So is that it for the Superstocks? I believe
it is.
Right. Yeah. I'm going to start the Nostalgia Superstock barbecue.
No, you don't.
No, I'm going to start it. I mean, to warm it up.
Warm it up. You do not put any food on it yet.
No, okay.
I'm telling you now.
I'm getting bullied here.
Yeah. If you put the food on now, I will beat you every single burnout competition I ever enter that I find you're at.
Well, you have done so far. Bless you, Colin.
Thanks, Don.
Buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
We'll see you up top.
You certainly will indeed. Right.
He's already made that quite clear.
Yeah. Right, the Bluebird is out, just getting some more traction down on that quarter mile, ready for the Slingshot Showdown next session.
Well, we do hope you've all enjoyed your day here so far at Dragstalgia. Everybody enjoying themselves? Come on. That is a yes, I think. Fairly unanimous yes. Excellent. Well, I'm not sure where everybody's gone because there's not quite as many people out there at the moment. I think they're all wandering around the pits and stuff like that. But now is a good time to kind of drag yourselves back this way. If you're listening, we got Slingshot Shootout qualifying session number 3 coming round behind the tower right now. We also have the Cackle Fest and Fire Burnouts. Sorry, Colin. See, I told you you're wasting away. Just make sure number 1 is on and working. I've been using number 2 all day. Okay, so. At the head of the lanes, we've got Joe Bond. Obviously, they sheared the blower pulley on a burnout earlier on today. That's a fairly easy fix for drag racers. Saying that, they do fix a lot worse than that quite easily too. But Joe and the team, he's still number 1 qualifier at the moment, the 6.80. However, there's a few people nipping at his heels now as well. Hopefully, we'll get to see Bob Hawkins as well in this qualifying session. We missed Dave Nelson too last time. So also hope Christian Zulaf actually gets an elapsed time so he gets in the show as well. Look at that. Mrs. Marshall, the other Mrs. Marshall, has actually got her skirt quite well held this time. I see what you mean now. It's a bit fluttery, isn't it? You know what I mean? Well, we've got a few things in mind for the showmanship trophies. Once again, just to remind you, if you go to Santapod Raceway's Facebook page, you can vote for or nominate your favourite thing about Dragstalgia. There is actually an audience award for the first time ever, an audience trophy, shall we say, that's going to be presented. all the people that make for the smooth running of this event. There's loads of people behind the. I say behind the scenes. They are visible to some of you. There's the marshals, there's security as well. You know, it's things like that where, you know, one of the security guys came up and say that, you know, there's a little lad that's lost his dad and so on. They never stop working. They never stop going, which is good to see. So Joe Bond is suited and booted in nothing fancy. Right behind him, by the looks of it, is Sam Freeman. Sam hopefully going to get to the start line this time. What's quite cool around it is around there as well. We get that fenced area around there at the top of the staging lanes. Everybody stands against the fence and they can see all the cars firing up and coming round. It's like its own little car show around there. So Joe Bond fired and on the way around. He's number 1 qualifier anyway, 6.80. However, he does want to go quicker than that, obviously. I do hope Christian Zulaf comes around for this run and does actually make it from A to B. Well, looks like it is Christian Fry with the injected car, the injected wedge car, up against the big bad blown Audi car of Joe Bond. Well, they're probably thanking their lucky stars that the bolts on the blower pulley sheared today instead of round 1 tomorrow morning, obviously. If they'd have held on for a couple of runs, that would have been the end of their weekend. So Christian Fry in the line act number 2 Slingshot with the Chrysler wedge in the energy check lane. He's been 7.87, which is nearly bang on his personal best. Joe's best in this dragster, the blown car, is 6.50. So Martin Hannes brings the amount of times he's brought Joe's dad into stage. That's Doug down there. This time he does it for Joe. We're ready to go. That's a much quicker 60 foot for Joe. That'll be an improvement. 6.55, 222. Christian in the other lane goes 8.23, 163. He's probably busy watching Joe, to be honest with you. Well done, gentlemen. Fantastic stuff. Consolidates that number 1 qualified spot. Well, we just put it a little bit further out of reach, I think. Speed as well, very good indeed. 222 miles an hour. That's a much quicker 60 foot as well for Joe. That car doesn't normally 60 foot down in the 1.1.
I've got a sneaky suspicion, just looking at Martin Hannes and Doug Bond there, I think they were looking for a bit more.
Maybe.
I think half the team were happy, the other team, I don't know.
But it was straight, it was good.
Yeah, it was good.
Okay, Sam Freeman with Long Time Dead. And Bob Hawkins. I haven't seen the car, I've just seen the tow vehicle. Yeah, it'll be really good to see Bob put in a good run, especially after all the grief they've had all summer, rebuilding the car, getting it ready. That sounds a lot better from Bob. Do you know, seriously, I was joking earlier when I said there's a scoop with a small dragster attached to it. From here, all you can see is Sam Freeman's scoop. At least you know it's in clean air. 10 foot in the air, clean air. Yeah, so hopefully Bob Hawkins will be putting in a good one. He's number 7 qualifier at the moment. You wouldn't normally expect to find Bob there. He does have the potential to take the number 1 spot, but don't expect, I'd say don't expect too much, but you know, This is the meeting that he lives for all year. This is the class and the event he lives for all year. He does run a load of nitro in that big block Chevy. Sam Freeman as well with a potential, I mean, there's everything in that car. Potentially for the #1 spot as well, but Sam hasn't managed to put in a full run with the car yet. Emphasis on yet. You might be able to see it right now. So, 2 blown Slingshot dragsters for your viewing pleasure here at Dragstalgia. Sam Freeman, Bob Hawkins. Bob's on a flyer, 6:55 or quicker. 6:66 at 1:81 for Bob Hawkins. That's how to do it. 8:20 at 1:74 for Sam Freeman. He got through the finish line. Good speed, actually. I think that's his fastest speed in the car so far anyway. But Bob pulled the chute before the finish line.
Yeah, he was 198 mile an hour at 1,000 foot.
Well, the 8th mile numbers are better than Joe's by about 1/10 of a second, and he pulled the chute before the finish line as well.
He's
good
back.
To see, yeah, good
He's
to
back.
see Bob. Good to see Bob do it. I mean, the thing is, you hate to see anyone have issues, but I mean, Bob's just been through. I mean, you know, he went home with just a destroyed race car at Easter, and come back and do that. That's what it's all about. Well done, well done to Bob Hawkins and the team. So we've got Mick Hanna. He's going to be taking on the villain. These two were side by side last time. This is going to be a hell of a race. Ladies and gentlemen, give the teams a cheer, please. That is Sam Freeman's team out front. That's Sam's fastest run, not his quickest just yet. And I'm sure Bob Hawkins' guys are going to be going up to get him in a moment. There you go, in the Ford F-150. Give them a big cheer as well. #2 qualifier. But I tell you what, after all the hard work, it probably feels like they just won the race. Well done, guys. Bob, the subject of some of the coolest pictures ever seen in drag racing worldwide. So Chris Manning against Mick Hanna. These two were side by side until Chris Manning swiped the half-track blocks. However, Mick Hanna blasted on through with his personal best at 7:35.
Love it. Cool. You gotta love it.
Cooler than penguin pee, I think is the phrase, isn't it? Chris Manning with the villain in the energy check lane. There are some cars that just make you smile, aren't there? And well, we've got quite a few of them here this weekend. So if Chris can get this to hook up and go from one end to the other, we know it's going to be very quick and very fast. He went 195 miles an hour, and that was after spinning the tyres on the start line and going all over the place.
Oh yeah.
Wasn't it? Remember? Oh, anyway, nuts. He's currently #4. Mick Hanna is #3. As it stands at the moment, being #3, Mick Hanna would meet #5, which at the moment is Christian Fry. And Mick Hanna would meet #6, which at the moment is Sam Freeman. I emphasise at the moment, it can still change. However, one of these two, to change the order, has got to run a monumental personal best.
Well, they could swap places, of course.
That's a good point, yep, absolutely. Also want to say a big hi to our Scandinavian friends if you're listening in. Rolf Nilsson, we miss you. And Magnus Larsson. And Kai Carlson as well.
Oh, definitely Kai.
You bet.
Never forget that burnout.
Okay, so Chris Manning with the villain. The Haggis Hunter of Mick Hanna. Oh. Well, Mick Hanna with lots of engine smoke and the shootout. Chris Manning making like it was the 1960s again on the start line. Well, Mick Hanna's car's still smoking in the shutdown area in the autoclim lane. He was on a pretty good run, but it just kind of laid over and doesn't look well. No one's, I was going to say they're chasing him down now. And that's it for qualifying the Slingshot shootout. Unfortunately, Christian Zulauf with a beautiful Silver Blitz car didn't get to put in a run.
Yeah, so he's stopped in the shutdown area by the second exit, I think.
Yeah, unfortunately as well, we have marshals
I
out
can
there.
actually see it from here, actually.
Can you?
There is a bit of a trail. Not
Oh dear. Well,
too much, but there is one.
Give the Dragsters Incorporated team a big cheer, ladies and gentlemen. That was the villain, like I said, making it was the 1960s with a tyre smoking run off the start line. They have been great value for money and entertainment all day today. So, yeah, we've got a bit of cleaning up to be doing. We are obviously rapidly moving towards our curfew.
Yep. We've got Wild Bunch in the lanes.
Well, it's nearly 7 o'clock, so we can obviously only run until 8 p.m. We are on a bit of a tight schedule, so we're just going to have to see how this pans out. So the shoes going up there, the tractor's going up there, they're going to get it cleared up as quickly as they possibly can. But ladies and gentlemen, please don't go anywhere, obviously, because we've got the Cackle Fest. We've got Yanni Johansson. I apologise, Yanni. I think I must have mentioned you today, but if I haven't, I'm really sorry. Yanni Johansson with the Nostalgia funny cars over from Sweden. He's got the Paisano Matsobara funny car. He's also got the Jungle Gym Vega.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful, beautiful.
Steady, Colin. That was.
I know, but it was, you just sort of you walk down because you were chatting to him this morning, and as you walk down, you just see those bodies propped up on those cars. There, you just look and you think,
immaculate.
Oh, the memories that they bring back.
You bet.
And they, as you say, totally immaculate.
Just got a quick bone to pick. How the rest of the day does.
And first up is Ray, who is surprised himself. He's stunning #1 qualifier at the moment after 2 sessions.
Someone with confidence in their own ability by being shocked that they're #1.
And he's up against Tim Hank Holmes. Sounds so good, that Polara.
It looks, I mean, like I said earlier, I can't imagine there are that many of those left on the planet.
No.
And we've got one of them here in the Gasser Circus running 10s.
That's been cut about and running 10s.
Fantastic, isn't it? So Ray Turner, yeah, #1. Looking, the numbers that you see on the board at the finish line, just to explain if you weren't here earlier, those are their predicted times. They're trying to run as close to those as possible. This is qualifying for eliminations in the Gasser Circus. Session number 3 on the weekend. First session yesterday evening. This is number 2 for today, obviously. .1066 for the Polara on a 1060 takes him up to #7. Breakout, only just though for Ray Turner.
Only just.
So how did everybody find the conditions earlier? Because everyone tended to go too quick, didn't they?
Yeah, except, I don't know whether you remember Katie's run.
Yeah.
She said she found the track really cold, and that's why she was all over the place.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Interesting, but maybe that's the skinniness of the pot.
Yeah, there was a big hole to fall into there. You salvaged it very well. No, Ray Irish and nervous Nick. Breakout. And Nick stays #9.
Nice run from Nick as well.
Do you know what? In all the years I've been watching him run, I don't know what his second name is.
Nick Barnett. Who?
Nick Brooks-Langer.
Nick Brooks, yeah. Yeah. Did you know that he's building a new car?
Is he?
Yeah.
What, because he dented that one?
Another Dorset.
Another Dorset?
Yeah.
Like that one isn't good enough.
As is Sean.
Yes,
Sean's
I heard.
building a Dorset, but that's going to be mad.
Well, I know
already the fastest qualifier so far, quickest and
10:04.
fastest.
#5 at the moment, Graham Barton. With the Devon is #3.
Graham's absolutely loving it in this new class, obviously fresh into drag racing. Ooh, nice one from Sean.
Sean moves up to #3 with a 10:07 on a 10:04. Graham Barton gets bumped back 1 spot by Shorty, going up to number 3. Sorry.
Tony ran his first 10 last qualifying session.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh, he broke out by like 3.5 tenths, didn't he?
He's not sad.
I'm sure.
He's a very happy boy.
Taking on Katie. Katie does a 10.7. I think that car runs quicker than that without the gaps on it normally, doesn't it? But obviously they know their car, they know what they're doing.
Still a much straighter run.
Well, they're both very even all the way up, and they dialed the same number almost. And run the same number almost, actually, yeah. Casey moves up to number 10 with a 10.85. It's always funny when that happens. Tony runs the number that dials the number he ran in the round before, then slows up. It just seems to work like that sometimes, doesn't it, I guess.
I don't know whether you know anything about Mick's Corvette, but he apparently it was involved from Long Island.
Right.
Bought it off Craigslist, and was a little story behind it.
Seriously?
Yeah.
People buy cars door slammers off of Craigslist?
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
Sight unseen.
Interestingly, Mitch will look at there. Nick Williams down on the start line. That was Nick's car.
It was.
Yeah, Nick was there.
Oh! 11.0. Huge breakout for Mick Allen. 11s. He's nearly in the 10s.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. 110 miles an hour. Well, will we have a 10-second dial-in shortly then? Looks like it.
And I was talking to Nick earlier, Nick Barnett here in the Futura, and he said the only thing he did, he lifted the bonnet, saw the engine was there, so he was happy. That was it.
And bought it. Is that it?
But he's saying his reaction times have improved since he's got married.
I'm not going to ask why. Look at that for Steve Matthews. He gets spun back to one spot because Nick Barnett is #1 qualifier. 11.55 on a 54. Good job you got the engine with the car. That was a hell of a race, actually, based on their times. They're only a couple of hundredths off each other based on their dial-ins at the finish line. So you got in trouble earlier, didn't you, with Brian?
Yeah.
You were just saying.
With John even.
John, sorry, beg your pardon. John Gibson.
Yeah, just about the fact that did he do the wheelie because he'd lost some weight. Well, he has lost some weight, but that wasn't the reason. But he did do a little bit of damage, but it's great to see him back. Only he just put a little dent in the sump. Oh.
That was a bit more like it.
Bit more like it.
Up against Merv with the Dorset.
With the Dorset that was a Devon.
How did it move counties? How does that work? so I've not been...
Well, you remove a door to start with. Yeah, you remove a door, chop the roof.
And that's it. And
you know, I said that he drives it here and back,
yeah,
Julian.
The candy twist, yeah.
Yeah, drove it into the centre of London a couple of weeks ago as well. Caused a bit of a stir.
Yeah, Mum, why is the house moving?
But the thing about Julian is he has got to qualify. He's got to run faster than 13.5. At the moment, I think he's 13.8, 13.9.
So is that the minimum for the class?
Yeah.
13.5, yeah, okay. Up against Brian Gibson with the identity crisis. Very nice line for Brian.
Oh, it's close.
Just needs to shave that a little bit more off now.
Yeah.
We did mention you've got one more session scheduled, but it depends how the schedule goes. You've had 3 qualifying runs already.
Okay.
Fingers crossed we get the last one in.
Fingers crossed.
Martin Hallam, Ken Brooks.
So as it stands, Steve Matthews is on top, and he's on top of the leaderboard anyway at the moment after 2.
Nick Barnett.
Oh, Nick Barnett now.
Yeah. No. Nick they ran side by side.
Yep.
And Nick Barnett nicked it just at the finish line. So Ken Brooks and Martin Hallam, 10.66 and 10.50 is what we're looking for this time. Too quick and too slow, I hate to say. So Murph finishes the session at number 1. Because it has an engine in it then, wasn't it? Yeah. Simon, thanks ever so much,
Excellent.
mate. I hope you got to use all your notes. If you didn't, save them for later.
Doesn't matter.
You know it works by now. You never get. I'd still like to know how the Dark Revenger sponsors race commentary. Do we get biscuits? Do we get chips? What do we get? Come on. Sorry, love you, Dave. I'm only kidding, mate.
No, he's top bloke.
Absolutely, definitely. So, Wild Bunch. Obviously, we're going to run into the evening. How you doing? Colin? Duck?
Yeah, I'd already spotted it.
Yeah. So, last session for the Wild Bunch. Running personal best after personal best, which normally means only one thing. It's about to go bang. Just kidding. Ian and Alan Lloyd. Ian Lloyd actually cracked 2 smiles today. Did you see that?
Yeah,
I saw both
2
of them.
PBs, I think.
Yeah, that'll be it. Into the 7.7s. Is this Colin, just checking. Are they actually running eliminations? Because they've got dial-ins on the board, which we don't normally see.
Well, they do their own thing anyway.
They do. I think it's just who's going to get closest to their dial-in. Anyway, yeah, qualifying and elimination combo 1. Yeah. There we go. So Alan Lloyd with Gonzo the Great into the 7s. Luca Giovoni with the Slingshot.
I don't think anybody told Alan Lloyd that it was a QE combo.
Oh well. Looking for 72. 784 slows up slightly until earlier today.
Look at that. Luca, 1051 on a 50. Lovely run. Right, Russ with the tight fit dragster. Got to give him the long distance award for perseverance, I think. I know some people may have travelled further, but not on a motorbike.
Yeah, having a sore backside on a motorbike all the way from Spain is not most people's version of fun.
Going alongside James Tanner
with the Shindigger.
I think Russ is heading back to Spain.
He ain't stopping.
He's then coming back.
If he is, he might need to do handbrake turn shortly. He obviously enjoyed that burnout so much, he decided to keep going. Well, he stopped right at the finish line. No, he's keeping
coasting,
going.
Yeah.
I think maybe the throttle got hung up or something like that. So he is still rolling. He's going to take the first turn off. James Tanner will be getting the bye run.
I'm disappointed Diana again didn't chase after him to try and reverse.
Yeah, Diana, you're sacked.
Yeah.
Not doing your job properly. Go on. Fair weather backup girl, that one, only when the car's within 200 foot.
All right, let's see what Jim's got for us then. 9:45 is his target.
Yeah, good dialing.
A soft 142.
And a nice big wiggle. He had a huge wiggle at the top end last time, didn't you remember? Goes too quick by 1/10 of a second, 9.34. Okay, next up we got Andy Stones and Jurassic Parts number 2, Mick Leto. So 9.15 is the dial for Mick, 12.50 for Andy Stones. He can run in the 10s with this, but they're obviously having problems. There is a little bike engine in that car. To be honest with you, it looks like a stretch bike anyway, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm wondering what he's got all the paraphernalia on the wheelie bar.
That was on there earlier too.
Is there a wheel under there?
I think so. So Mick Leto with the best of a 9.0, dials a 9.15. If all goes well, we might even break out into the 8s, which would be nice. Yeah, we're getting lots of left before tree activated, which is another one. He's going to get a time, which is a 9.45 at 1:39. Andy Stone's going to So the real Mrs. Brown's boys. Definitely real Mrs. Brown's boys. With the Rebel down there.
So Rob behind the wheel this time.
Has Rob got a red helmet?
Yeah. Blue Peter, red Rob.
So I thought it was the mask. I didn't realise it was the helmet as well. Is that right?
Well, it used to be, yeah, masked as well, but they've made life easier for us now with the different painted crash helmets.
Yeah, but they can still not tell us and wear the wrong stuff, you know, or someone forgets their gear over the weekend.
That's it.
Yeah. So looking for an 855. $866, 147.
Yeah, happy
Still
with that
happy?
one?
Yeah, indeed.
Well done, boys.
Well, I tell you, considering they've never run an 8 before this year.
Yeah. All right, Mr. Colliver. Coming around with the Misfit Machine and Spinkillia with the Texas Ranger.
Also, just quickly want to say condolences to Wayne. He'll know why.
Oh, Chris heading back to the pits. Oh, so hoping to see the car running again, but no, being towed back.
So nitrous being purged for Mick Hillier. Looking for a 9.18. A nearly 3 second 60 foot for Wayne Colliver. Oh, 9.11. I think they're happy about that. 11.96 for Wayne. Look at Wayne's time, 11.96 and 136, nearly 3 second 60 foot.
Yeah. Right, Callum Swinchat and Andy Jackson with the Econorail. That's got to be the best dressed parachute pack ever, isn't it?
You bet. I approve of that.
We like that
so
a lot.
so does the Queen. Do you know what, I remember when we came out with the Union Jack paint job, someone said to me, are you going to copyright that design? I said, well, without being rude, I think the Queen might have a bit of an issue with that, mate. Callum with a lovely wheels up launch. 892. 892 with a 9. Awesome. 1185 at 115 for Andy Jackson. Callum, unbelievably, look at that. Bang on the money. Yeah, just a little bit of a track check because there was some smoke in the auto glim lane. Looks A-OK. Phil James, Tim Roy with the Boston Strangler. I'll tell you what, those headers must have taken some serious amount of fabrication.
Oh, yeah.
But the good thing is, though, once you've done one, you just do another 12, I think, like that, don't you? Or another 11, sorry, like that. So Tim Roy looking for 14 flat, 937 for Phil. 34, too quick for Phil. 14.92. In the Taglin lane. Craig Larman against Bob Morgan with the bee sting. It's good to have Barry pop up here and see us earlier.
Actually, yeah,
very, very good indeed. So Bob looking for a 10.15, 10.47 for the Ferret. Ferret goes 42 and a 10.12 for Bob. Too quick, but I don't think they care, to be honest with you. You don't mind that, do you? No, excellent
double
stuff.
breakout.
So the For Sale Oblivion funny car of Matt Fuller. I'll tell you what, if anyone who wants a proper nostalgia UK funny car, go grab hold of that body.
Craig Larman's just PB'd in that car.
Is that what that's what it was? Awesome.
10.42 with a 2 compared to 10.42 with a 5.
Bob Wright with the all turd. That wasn't a mispronunciation, that's what he calls it. In the energy check lane. Matt Fuller with Oblivion, looking for 10.20. 9.97, 133. I think they're rather happy. Everyone's breaking out. Another one. Everyone's breaking out. Good side by side. Front engine drags to match up. Dan Boone and Johan Ternström from Sweden. I think this might be actually the first time we've had a Swede over in Wild Bunch at Dragstalgia.
I can't think of one before.
No, I know we had Ove Kroger over before in the Wild Bunch, but obviously he's German. We do have a few international competitors in the Wild Bunch. I don't think we've had one from Sweden before. So Johan making the long tow with the small block Chevy front engine car. Dials an 8.50. Dan Boone in the American Pie Dragster looking for 8.60. He's been in the 8s, but he hasn't been that quick this weekend. I'm going to start a petition to get him to run that on nitro. In an injected nitro Hemi front engine car. Just to be cool.
Being pushed back, unfortunately. Oh, what a shame. So, going to be solo then for Johan.
Keeps his foot in it, even though the front wheels are going all over the place. That's a Scandinavian way of driving. 8.40.
That'll do.
10th of a second, too quick. He was bumping about all over the place.
Oh dear. Marky Turton. Dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Yeah, don't look, it'll ruin your eyes forever.
Yeah,
you'll be scratching your eyes out.
Much better effort from James Ald, got to say. But,
yeah, much better as opposed to one you don't want to claw your eyeballs out when you've looked at it. That's what it is.
It's just so wrong, isn't it?
It's just a way to ruin your retinas, I think it is.
You've got a grey dress with a pink wig and a brown beard. The Marky Turton. Oh dear.
I'd like to know if there's
those shorts from.
I'd love to know if there's a small child hanging about somewhere that doesn't have any shorts on anymore because they look like Mark's Nickton.
Oh no. Oh, look at the photographers all getting a shot of that one. This will be on the front page of the Poddington Gazette tomorrow, I should think. Well done, Mark.
Why are you cheering him in the grandstand? Please don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't encourage him.
For God's sake. Looks like James Ald's going to be over the stripe first, 12.63. Philippa goes 13.41. And
she couldn't get away fast enough.
So zero interest taking on Trigger's Broom. Paul Tarry with the Alton venting the nitrous. To run a third. Oh, Tog, are you playing them kisses as well? Oh my goodness me. Hang on.
So the target numbers then, Paul Tarry 13 and Brian Watson 11.5.
Have you noticed no one's actually looking at their side of the tree, are they? Not at all.
They'll go where they want.
Yeah, exactly, when they feel like it. Well, Brian Watson's got there first with 11.53. That's a pretty good run, actually. Paul Tarry with a 13.39 and a 13 flats. Leo Knight against Keith Crampton. Well held, sir. That looked like it was going to go all kinds of wrong. Right, don't cheer them. Don't.
Please don't. Please don't.
Stop it. Don't cheer them. You'll encourage them. Right, whoever's driving the van, please drive faster.
Yeah, get them out of there.
Get them out of our sight.
Don't stop.
Don't stop.
Oh dear, oh dear.
Why don't we do that?
No chance.
There's a polite, not very polite answer to that. Oh, we're all, actually, yeah, we do all right, wouldn't we, like that? Yeah, we'd be okay. I think Colin looked better though. He needs to do it. If I did it, no one would notice the difference. That's the problem. So, Keith Crampton in the Auto Glim Lane, Leo Knight. I tell you what though, if Leo goes all the way down the racetrack, as strong as this car's been, he'll be in the 7s, let alone the 8s.
Yeah, Leo's PB is an 8.19.
He's been close to that.
Yeah, he has.
If he can keep his right foot down all the way through, that car will go way quicker than that.
Oh, what a driving job that was. 877, 129.
Certainly entertainment value.
Very brave.
He's still bouncing around in the shutdown area as well. Not the quickest run, but one of the more entertaining ones, I will say that.
Shoot was a bit late, but he's made the turn, no problem at all.
Yeah, he was probably looking for the shoot lever. Good run, Leo. Well done, mate.
Where did I put it?
That car will be a 7-second race car. It really does
definitely.
go. He's definitely getting a handle on tuning it. He definitely knows how to drive it and all. So, up next we have Steve Field with the Black Pig number 2. In the Auto Glim Lane, beautifully turned out race car. Taking on another real lovely car with a lovely looking crew as well. Obviously, I'm obviously talking about Steve. Probably the best preened beard in the whole of drag racing, that one. Crew chief for Mark Corsell with the ball breaker. Dials an 830.
So 850 plays 830 here.
It looks like Steve Field's still out in front. 8:34.
Wow.
for Steve Field, 1:59. That may well be his quickest run ever. 8:47 at 1:50 for Mark Corsell. Go on, have a quick look on the list,
it's
Cole.
a PB by 200ths actually. 8:34 with a 4. He had 8:36 with a 4 before that one. Oh, well done.
Well, last car in the Wild Bunch is Andy Clifford with Snake Eyes, looking for 11.90. That car looks for all the world like it should be quite a bit quicker than that. I think this is Andy's debut weekend driving the car as well. Immaculately turned out machine. He's going to get to the top end, maybe slightly longer than 11.90, but there he goes, just to make the first turn off. There we go, 45 miles an hour across the stripe. Okay, folks, we have a little bit of a surprise stroke treat for you. Well done to the Ball Breaker team. Pretty consistent over the weekend. Yeah, it's all right, Steve. No, I did say, Steve, your beard is the best preened in the whole of drag racing. You know that. Did you do it yourself? Does it take hours every day? It must do. My goodness me. Okay, up next we've got, well, a rerun of sorts. Because Tim Garlick went a bit out of shape, he punched the blocks. It looked like he actually took out the finish line blocks for the Trey Kroner car. Well, it was determined that he did, so the Trey Kroner car is back round here for another run. In the gathering gloom. Oh, he's got some fans up there on the VIP balcony. Well done. How did Swedes black their way into the VIP balcony? I have no idea. My goodness me. So the rattling roar you can hear is Trey Kroner. The literal translation is 3 crowns, which is basically what Sweden is. It's a recreation of the car that Harlan Thompson used to drive. It won the 1980 World Finals here 39 years ago, beat 22 funny cars, including Don the Snake Prudhomme, Ray Beadle and Gene Snow. Now, I need to also confirm who's actually driving, because I know Eric Wallander is down to drive the car. I'm not entirely sure whether it's him or Mr. Nielsen on board. Anyway, whoever's driving the car, they're doing a great job of it. So the number that he got earlier on was a 6-7. Now, interestingly, on our list, there's no 6-1, which is what Tim Garlick ran.
Yeah, so that would have been knocked out then, yeah. Also interesting, there's no 6-7 on there, which is what this trip the blocks had before.
That's so right, yeah. Well, it'll be interesting to see what they can do with another run. So a little bit of a treat for you in the evening here on Saturday at Dragstalgia. Trey Kroner all the way from Sweden. One more time. Nice, strong run. 740, 180 miles an hour. Well, they got it done and turned round in time. Not sure that was quite what they were looking for. I'm sure they were looking for another 6-second run. And earlier on, Pella came up and told us there's something ailing the car, and they're trying to sort it out, which is what they want to do.
All right, last class of the day, which is Outlaw Anglia, and this is eliminations round 1.
We've got a little bit of a sweep to do before we get there by the look of it. It's all right, it won't be long.
Simon Barlow gets a bye, but he's up in the tower, so...
yeah, pedal...
Bye-bye.
It's a bye turned into a bye-bye, yeah. God, dear, oh dear. So unfortunately, well, I can't say any more than that.
They can sweep up for my buy if they want. It's fair.
So who's going to get? It's so whoever wins between Barry and Gary will get a buy in round 2. So a double round wheel line between those two. Let's have a look at some of the other matchups. Colin Miller's got Shane Bird. Ted has got Luke Hoskins. Mick Taylor, Kim Harrison. That could be quite an interesting one. The two Robs racing each other. That's Rob Stone and Rob Torrington. Ronnie and Nathan find out. Yeah, going to be some good old matchups to come up. After this, it will be the Crackle Fest.
After the first round of the biggest field of Outlaw Anglia ever.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want to say that again.
Smart.
Yeah, you bet. What's known as something hot, but I can't say the first word. You know what I mean anyway. It's pretty good. So that photo shoot last night, was that fun to be part of?
Oh, yeah.
It was challenging, wasn't it?
Challenging. Well, so many cars, so many cars and so many people. But yeah, like Colin said to me earlier, he said, you know what? He said, yeah, it was a pain in the backside, but 10 years' time, you'll be sit with that photograph on your mantelpiece from taking on the cherry picker and say, you were there. Yeah.
Be good to play darts with.
Be good to play darts with. Oh yeah, I beat him. I whole shot him. There we go.
It was a really good evening.
The only thing is, Simon can go quicker than him.
Quicker than him. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, hang on a minute. Broke.
Yeah.
Oh dear! Don't you just love chilled out, laid back meetings like this? Everybody still works incredibly hard, but the stress levels do drop.
Yeah, and if you want to see a decent punch up after this, nip down to the bar. I'm sure these two will be involved after that one.
We just have a beer drinking competition. It'd be quite easy.
For you? Yeah, you bet.
Shh, don't black and
yeah,
white
but hang on a
character.
minute. You're already 10 ahead, so that's cheating. I think you're 10 ahead when you get out of bed every day, quite honestly.
We'll see the back of the shirt, Gina.
I think I'm a born again.
Yeah. Now then, you've got quite a lot of these in the pits. I should think they're running out though, aren't they?
I think we're out of about 3 sizes. I've had the grandchildren up there this weekend selling shirts, and the 2-year-old's been snatching the money off the people and giving it to his mum.
Not giving them the change.
Yeah. So everything's been
And
working
making a run for it. Yeah.
I mean, it's better than sweeping chimneys, isn't it?
Yeah. But no, if you want to get hold of one of the Ausgasser t-shirts, you've got to go and see Gina in the pits, and so they are selling out rather rapidly, but they're a cool shirt.
Yeah. Now you're up here instead of down there. That was a cool. The whole thing, the way you did it was awesome, and the fact that actually you got standing ovation yesterday as well must have made it kind of worthwhile.
Well, as I said earlier, we brought the car round, and I looked at Dave, and Dave looked at me, and I said, all these people are shouting and cheering. I mean, we didn't know whether somebody had took their bra off or something like that, or something else was going on,
No, don't give them any more ideas, please.
But it's just what drag racing and drag racing fans are about. The car's been around for so long, and for everybody to put their appreciation together, we appreciate it, and we appreciate everything everybody's done for us.
Yeah, it's a fun place to be, isn't it? Full stop.
And so the comments. I mean, my daughter came up and she said some of the stuff on Facebook and some of the stuff's had massive hits on it, and I don't think there's any bad comments apart from the commentary.
That's when you're.
And the good thing is. Good thing is it was me on my own commentating yesterday, so it can only be me that was a problem then, can't it?
I think we're all problems. We're all problem
yeah,
children.
something like that. The trouble is we talk for 12 hours a day. Try talking for 12 hours a day and not tripping up.
Well, they did tell me you could talk underwater.
I can. Even if I was passed out and drowning, I'd still be talking. Actually, fun enough, Barry will tell you one of the funniest stories. Sorry, Barry Sheebles. He said we shared a hotel room once, and he said I was talking about something, and he dozed off to sleep. Woke up in the morning, I just carried on.
What, talking?
Talking, yeah, absolutely. Anyway, first round, Outlaw Anglia.
Yeah, Rob Stone, Rob Torrington. Don't forget, this is heads up. home comfortably out in front, takes that one with a nice 41. Looks like they're 11.26. Right, Steve Wells with the Hellcat special. Taking on Peter Jones.
Yeah, but just look at his crew chief out there today.
Cliff Griffin.